Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is another edition of Studio C70. Unfortunately, we do not have a class today to interview our candidate, but Committee of 70 staff, myself, Justin Viller, will be stepping in. And I'm very excited to be joined by Andy Rongaus, who is running for Magisterial District Judge in Chester County. Andy, thank you very much for being here. Really appreciate your time. Looking forward to chatting today.
Yeah, great. Thanks for having Justin. Looking forward to it.
Awesome, cool. So first off, just to get started, can you give us and the viewers some background on your experience and and yourself?
Sure. So I have been a lawyer for about 25 years now, and I have born and raised in West Goshen in Chester County. I graduated from Villanova University with a accounting degree many moons ago, and then went right across the railroad tracks and graduated from the Villanova University School of Law. And my first job was a assistant prosecutor, assistant district attorney in the Delaware County DA's office. I started there actually as an intern while in law school. Served there for about 7 years, and then made the transition to the Chester County DA's office, where I was from and had always lived. After getting married and starting, finding a house and everything, we decided to settle into Chester County with my wife, and so made the transition to Chester County. Was there for a few years and had the opportunity to go work for the Pennsylvania Office of Attorney General, and I was in charge of the Philadelphia Drug Strike Force. There we did high stake drug investigations using wiretaps and things like that. Had a lot of fun there, a lot of great experience. And when um, Tom Corbett was elected governor, he was the attorney general. I then became the chief of the drug strike force statewide. So that meant going to Harrisburg, and I supervised the drug strike force statewide under General Kelly, and then made the transition over to the Pennsylvania State Police as deputy chief counsel for the state police for the rest of Tom Corbett's term and Tom Wolf's term, his first term. And then I came back to Chester County. I mean, always living here, but came back to work in Chester County. Didn't miss that drive on the turnpike every day. And became a partner in Siena Law, where I'm currently at, where I do municipal law, and I also do some employment law and civil rights defense for municipalities, as well as police officers and elected officials.
Wonderful, thank you. Great comprehensive background. Really appreciate that. So why are you running for judge? Why are you moving from one side of the bench to the other?
So yeah, no, great question. So the opportunity in our local district court has opened up. We have the current judge is has reached retirement age and is not seeking reelection, so it's an open position. And I believe that my experience certainly suits me to come to the bench. I'm a litigator at heart. I have that courtroom experience in both criminal, civil, and traffic law, which our court deals with. But more importantly than that, not only do I have the legal experience to it, but I believe that I bring the community sense to it as well. I know this community. I've lived here for my whole life. I've been a volunteer firefighter with the First Westchester Fire Company since I was 16. I'm currently the president of the fire company. So I know our community, and I know the individuals in our community, and I like to think that I have the common sense and the life experience to be able to know, as I like to say, when somebody needs a helping hand up and when somebody needs a kick in the backside in order to get moving the right way. And I want to be able to do two things. I want to be able to bring some accountability back to what happens in our courts, and what people do. People make mistakes. We all make mistakes. I've made lots of them, and that's the way that it goes. But we need to get away from the it's somebody else's fault, and we need to take responsibility for what happened and move on. And I think that I can bring that to the court, as well as we have to get away from the idea of that one bad mistake ruins somebody their life and their career and everything like that. We don't need to judge somebody based upon their worst day. We need to judge them on their best day. and I would like to be able to enhance the opportunities for second chances, diversionary programs, especially when we talk about juveniles, and our kids, underage drinking programs, getting the courts back into the schools. My wife's a school teacher, and she was a former juvenile probation officer. So I have a lot of background in my ear and experience knowing how important it is to get to at-risk youth early on in the program to be able to save them. And I think that we can be able to do that partnering with our schools, with our police departments, with our families, with our courts. I really do believe that it takes a village.
That's great. Thank you. Appreciate that. You started to touch on this a little bit, but can you inform the viewers what kind of cases does a magisterial district judge preside over?
Sure. So a magisterial district judge is the lowest rung of the judicial system in Pennsylvania. It's very much like your community courts. So in magisterial district judges handle both criminal, civil, and traffic cases. When it comes to criminal cases, they handle summary cases as well as you know minor ordinance violations and things like that. They also handle all criminal cases, but on misdemeanors and felony cases, they are not the court of last resort. They are the court of first resort, so to speak. They handle arraignments. When you get arrested, you're advised of what the charges are. They handle setting bail on cases, and then they handle what's called preliminary hearings. And that's the first step in the criminal justice system to be able to make sure that there is enough evidence to be able to hold the person and move them on in the criminal justice system to trial and the trial court level.
Right. So you're the first person that they see when they get after them.
Pretty much, yeah. And then they handle civil cases, anything, any controversies up to a specific amount and under right now, currently that's $12,500. They would handle neighborhood disputes with a contractor or a business dispute or something like that. They also handle emergency protection from abuse orders. They can authorize those. And then they handle all traffic matters as well, traffic tickets, parking tickets, moving violations, things like that. They
Mhm.
are a trial court. They handle trials for those lower level offenses, and the same rules apply.
Mhm.
So I think it's important to have the trial and the courtroom experience to be able to make those rulings because even though it may not be a homicide case or something real serious like that, to the person who's sitting in that courtroom, it's pretty serious. So you want
Mhm.
somebody that's going to be able to know the law and be able to make the proper rulings on the cases.
Great, great. Again, you touched on this a little bit, but would ask you to spell it out kind of in a, maybe a bullet form or however is easiest for the viewer to hear this. What would be your general judicial philosophy if you were to win the seat? If you had some guiding principles or values that you want them to remember as they think about voting for you?
Sure, absolutely. So, uh, as I said before, I think that justice is looked upon with common sense and life experience. The rule of law is there for a lot of people say, and I've heard people use this expression before. I've even used it before. Is that judges call balls and strikes, right?
Mhm.
But nowadays, if you look at baseball, that's all done by computers and by
Oh,
machines,
rowboat.
right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I don't know that we can say that anymore because if it was easy as having a machine do it, they could have a machine do it. So I think that we do call balls and strikes, but we bring the human aspect to it, right? All this stuff, everything that a judge does. I mean, we have the ability to take away someone's freedom. We have the ability to take away, someone's money. We can impact them with fines and things like that. So each case is different. Each case has life circumstances that come before it. I would take those factors into consideration and bring my common sense and life experience to each case in making a ruling and applying the law as it's written and not trying to do my own agenda or my own political views to the case. It's what the law is. The legislature makes the law, the judges are the ones that determine the facts to the law and enforce it. And that would be my job.
Great, thanks. You mentioned earlier your background in the current law you practice now around civil rights defense of law enforcement officers, government officials. Then you talked about employment law as well. Can you talk about the type of law that you're practicing and how that would inform your viewpoints as a judge?
Sure. They kind of go hand in hand, right? A lot of the cases that I deal with civil rights defense cases, especially coming with law enforcement officers, all start off at the Magisterial District Court, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the cases where you have civil rights coming from a criminal arrest, we're looking at malicious prosecutions, false arrest, all of those criminal components that are there. I would have the ability not only to have the understanding of the aspects of being a prosecutor in the case and understanding what elements are necessary in order to move the case on the criminal basis, but also having the understanding of what happens when they don't have enough evidence, what happens, what's really needed, and how does that impact it either way. So I have the benefit of looking at it from both sides of the ball, so to speak.
For sure. Nice. I wanted something on your website I thought was interesting, worth quoting here and get your thoughts too. You said it's important to remember that you shouldn't simply vote for a candidate based simply on their party affiliation. I thought that was a worthy opening to a question about the importance of judicial independence. Can you talk a little about why judicial independence is very important, kind of in these partisan political times? Like, how do you think about that?
Yeah, so I when I talk to voters, because it as you said, we're in a partisan time right now. It comes up a lot, and my stance on that is that unfortunately for judicial candidates are non political positions that have to go through the political process,
Right.
and it's important. I think that for especially for judicial candidates, it's important to look beyond whatever that label is, after their name, whatever that letter is after their name, because it's so much more important as to what they do. Because when you are a judicial a candidate or a judge, in this case, uh, I leave those things at the door. Whatever that letter is really doesn't matter, or my political affiliation doesn't matter because I'm not supposed to enforce the law based upon my political affiliation. I'm supposed to enforce the law as it's written. So, whereas I may think that this law is completely wrong, if that's what the law is, that's what I have to enforce as a judge. And so that's what I mean by that. I also look at it as one of the things in talking to a lot of people that I just find, you know, mind blowing sometimes is, hey, my name's Andy Rongaus. I'm running for judge. I want to tell you a little bit about me. And it's like, I don't want to talk to you because of the political party that you
Mhm.
have. And while I respect that, it's like, but you don't even know anything about me. I mean, at least find
Mhm.
something about me. And if you say, hey, I don't like you because of the color of your hair, I don't like you because of the tie that you're wearing,
Mhm.
okay, I can at least respect that, I guess. But if you just to say, I don't want to know anything about you because this is the label of the political party that you happen to be running for, I don't know. I think of the story of an individual who ran for the mayor of the borough of Westchester, who was a volunteer fireman, and he used to say, you know what? When that pager goes off and somebody needs a call for help, I don't go through my book and look and see what political party they belong to. I just come and help them. And it's kind of
Mhm.
the same way, it shouldn't matter what political party an individual is. It's who's best suited to do the job and who's got the best experience. That's what counts.
Got it. Great. And then this kind of a final question. Why should voters, they're going to have a choice on election day. Why should voters, as they're in the election booth or as they're filling out their mail-in ballot, which needs to be in by November 4th, not postmarked for those of you watching. Why should they pick you over your opponent? What's like the one thing that you want them to remember?
Sure. And just a little plug on those mail-in ballots. Yeah, here in West Goshen, Westtown, and Thornbury, I wouldn't bank on the mail. Drop them off in person. Drop them off at those ballot boxes in person. Don't trust the mail system. So for me, when it comes to me, this is really easy actually, because I will take my experience and my credentials and put them up against my opponent's experience and credentials every day and twice on Sunday. And I will guarantee you that if you look at them through a lens that is just fair and measuring apples to apples, I guarantee you that I come out on top every time. I have the courtroom experience dealing with these types of cases. I'm a Pennsylvania barred and licensed attorney. I've practiced in these courts. I've handled these types of law, and I'm known in the community, and I know the community. So if you take all of that and measure it up against there's really no choice.
Wonderful. Is there anything that I did not ask you that you were dying for me to ask you that you talk
Oh, I've got so much. No, no, you did a
about?
great job, Justin. Thank you for taking the time to introduce me, to your constituents, to the voters. I appreciate them taking the time to listen to it, and I appreciate them just even considering, and taking the time to be an informed voter and researching the candidates and looking at it. And if when you look at the candidates, if you believe that I'm the best suited candidate, I am honored to have your vote. So thank you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us. Best of luck with the rest of the campaign.
Thank you.
Like Andy said, if you have not submitted your mail-in ballot yet, do not put it in the mail. You might not make it there, so take it to the county office, take it to a drop box. Make sure that it gets to the county by election day. So thank you very much. We really appreciate your time and best of luck.
Thanks. Appreciate it.